the regular session meeting of Wednesday, February 8th at 5:15 to order. Please rise and join us in the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Zerlo, please come back to roll call.
Mr. Castine.
I'm here.
Mr. Bizzaio.
Here.
Mr. Hall.
Here.
Mr. Henry.
Here.
Mr. Hughes.
Here.
Mr. Kretzer. Here. Mr. Courier.
Here.
Mr. Boddicker. Here. Mr. Timmons.
Here.
Ms. Walters has to be excused. You have the form, sir.
Thank you very much. All legislators have received a copy of the minutes for the January 25th, 2023 regular session. There are no additions, deletions, corrections. I will entertain a motion to accept the minutes. Motion by legislator Hughes, second by legislator Kretzer. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. I'll now recognize anybody in the audience who wishes to share their thoughts with the legislature at this time. Anybody at all? If you do, please state your name and address, and we'll do it for the podium. Ladies? Okay, very good. Anybody I missed? All right, no one there. Committee reports. We'll call on the chairperson of each committee in alphabetical order, starting with Buildings and Grounds and Legislator Bizzaio.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Buildings and Grounds Committee has not met since our last regular session. The next Buildings and Grounds Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Monday, February 13th at 4 p.m. End of my report.
Thank you very much, sir. Children and Family Services, Legislator Potter.
Mr. Chairman, the Children and Family Services Committee met on Tuesday, February 7th. John Redden, the Commissioner of Social Services, was present to discuss the resolution authorizing contract with Altech Integrations, Inc., and amending resolution number 815 dated November 1st, 2022, titled Authorizing Various Contracts for the Year 2023. Mr. Redden also discussed the monthly statistics for December 2022 and end of the public health emergency, the Home Energy Assistance Program, DEEP, substance abuse sanctions, and the 2023 state budget. Resolutions 73 and number 74 have been placed on the agenda as a result of the committee's recommendations. The next Children and Family Services Committee meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, March 7th at 5:15 p.m. End of report.
Chairman and Chairman Boddicker, there's also a resolution on tonight. I know Mr. Redden spent a considerable amount of time talking about in the state budget discussion, the EFMED proposal, shift proposal. So in addition to those resolutions that came out of your committee, there is a resolution on the agenda tonight opposing that action by New York State. And we can certainly talk about that when we get to that.
Thank you very much. Anything to add to that, Rick? Okay. Economic Development, County Operations, Legislator Timmons.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Economic Development County Operations Committee met earlier. Molly Ryan, the Economic Development Director, was present to discuss the resolution amending Resolution 452 dated August 12, 2020, titled Awarding Requests for Qualifications for Engineering Services. David Randall, the Director of Information Technology, was also present to discuss the resolution authorizing payment of membership dues. Mr. Randall also discussed the county internet domain names. Don Cutter, the Planning Department, was also in attendance to discuss the resolutions updating fees for GIS maps, photos, map tubes, and copies, and authorizing memorandum of agreement with the New York State Department of Agriculture and Markets. Tammy Lacey, the Director of Real Property, was present to discuss updating the county exemption for volunteer firefighters and emergency medical services. Resolution 75 through 82 have been placed on the agenda as a result of the committee's recommendation. The next Economic Development County Operations Committee meeting is scheduled for Wednesday, March 8th at 4 p.m.
Thank you very much. Finance Committee,
Yes.
again, Legislator Timmons.
The Finance Committee met on Wednesday, February 1st. Kimberly Davis, the County Treasurer, was present to discuss the 2022 and 2023 sales tax charts, 2022 sales tax distribution, total sales tax comparison for years 2018 through 2022, in-rem foreclosure occupancy tax, and the resolution authorizing the county treasurer to appropriate American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 funds to various accounts. Resolutions 83 through 90 have been placed on the agenda as a result of the committee's recommendation. The next Finance Committee's meeting is tentatively scheduled for Wednesday, March 1st at 5:15 p.m. And the report.
Thank you very much.
Folks, if I could just administratively, if we could just bring our microphones an inch or two closer to you. Without breaking them.
Too late. Health Committee, legislative news.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Health Committee met on Wednesday, February 1st. Rochelle Gregory, the Director of Community Services, was present to discuss 7 resolutions, including authorizing contract extension with Rooted Compassion Counseling and Consulting, LLC, authorizing payment of membership dues of the year 2023, and amending Resolution 463 dated July 13, 2022. And also authorizing New York State Office of Mental Health Workforce Grant application and acceptance. Ms. Gregory also discussed the New York State 1115 waiver Health Equity Regional Organization, HEROES, application with Commissioner John Redden and Director of Public Health, Jeff Sisson. Mr. Sisson was also present and discussed the following resolutions: authorizing contract with Sanair, authorizing contract with various veterinary offices, and authorizing household hazardous waste state assistance program grant application. Mr. Sisson also spoke about the director's report for November and December 2022 and the health department report for December 2022 and January 2023. The community health assessment and also the community health assessment for the years 2022 through 2024. And the winter safety guide for the years 2022 and 2023. And the Women, Infants, Children WIC highlights and fourth quarter grant report of 2022. Resolutions 91 through 98 have been placed on the agenda as a result of the committee's recommendation. The next health committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Wednesday, March 1st at 4:15. End of report.
Thank you very much. Human Services Committee and Legislator Poirier.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Human Services Committee met on Tuesday, February 7th. Darlene Collins, the Director of the Office of the Aging, was present to discuss the resolutions. Amending Resolution 838 dated November 9th, 2022, titled Authorizing Various Contracts for the year 2023 and Authorizing Payment of Membership Dues. Wendy Bishop, the Nursing Home Administrator, was present to discuss resolutions amending Resolution 840 dated November 9th, 2022, titled Authorizing Various Contracts for the year 2023. Kevin DeWolf, Director of Veteran Services Agency, was present to discuss the monthly statistics for December 2022 and to provide an update on the Dwyer Grant. Resolutions 99 and 101 have been placed on the agenda as a result of the committee's recommendation. The next Human Services Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Tuesday, March 7th at 4:15. End of report, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir. Personnel Committee. The Personnel Committee met Monday, February 6th. Resolutions 123 through 127 under Waive Rule 13.2 have been placed on tonight's agenda upon the recommendation of that committee. All other resolutions will be placed on the February 22nd regular session. The next Personnel Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Monday, March 6th at 5 p.m. Plattsburgh International Airport, Legislator Hall.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you. The Plattsburgh International Airport Committee has not met since the last regular session. Resolutions 102 and 103 were pulled and have been placed on the agenda. The next Plattsburgh International Airport Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for February 22nd at 4 p.m. End of report.
Thank you, sir. Public Safety and Legislator Castine.
On behalf of Legislator Castine, Chairman, who's got a struggle with his voice this evening, I'd be happy to present the Public Safety Committee recap. The Public Safety Committee met on Monday, February 6th. Jamie Rock, the administrative assistant in the Child Advocacy Center, was present to discuss several resolutions, including authorizing Adirondack Foundation grant application and authorizing Cloud Splitter Foundation grant application and acceptance. Dave Marcoux, the probation director, was in attendance to discuss the resolution authorizing payment of membership dues. And Justin Meyer, the administrator of Indigent Defense, was present to discuss counsel at first appearance and hourly rate increase. I will go off script here and say that there is a resolution that the committee passed that is also on the agenda tonight on that issue. Eric Day, the Director of Emergency Services, was present to discuss resolutions authorizing ongoing contract with Global Star and amending Resolution 778 dated October 12, 2022, titled authorizing payment of 2023 membership dues. Mr. Day and Major Nick Leon of the Sheriff's Department presented on the domestic terrorism prevention as requested or as required by New York State Executive Order 18 of 2022. Resolutions 104 through 113 have been placed on today's agenda as a result of the committee's recommendation, and Resolution 128 under Waiver Rule 13.2. The next Public Safety Committee is tentatively scheduled for Monday, March 6th at 4 p.m.
Thank you, sir. And Transportation, Legislator Cresser.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Transportation Committee has not met since the last regular session. Resolutions number 114 through 117 were pulled and have been placed on the agenda. The next Transportation Committee meeting is tentatively scheduled for Monday, February 13th at 5:15 p.m. And that's the end of the report.
Thank you very much, sir. Liaison reports. Board of Health, Legislator Potter.
Thank you, Chairman. The Board of Health has not met since the last regular session. The next Board of Health meeting is scheduled for Monday, February 20th at 7 p.m. and is open to the public. In the report.
Chamber of Commerce, Legislator Potter.
No report.
Clinton Community College, Legislator Rosado.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. The Clinton Community College Board of Trustees has not met since our last regular session. The next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, February 27th.
Thank you very much. Community Service Board, Legislator Castine.
No report, sir.
Department of Extension, Legislator Timmons. Discipline Review, nothing. Grievance Committee, also nothing. Intercounty, Legislator Walters excused. The next meeting for intercounty.
So I can say that, yes, Intercounty, the last Intercounty meeting hosted by, not hosted by, but administered by Clinton County was held via Zoom during the snowstorm. Chairman Henry filled in for Legislator Waldron, and we passed the administrative duties off to Herkimer County. And the next meeting will be at the NISAC February Legislative Conference. That will include the Western Intercounty Group as well.
Thank you. LC&LG, Regional Planning Board.
No report.
Okay. Soil and Water, Legislator Timmons.
No report.
Okay, Workforce Development.
No report.
Staff members, Ms. Keller, do you have any?
Yes, I'd like to request an executive session to discuss matters relating to the sale of real property and potential litigation.
And Mr. Joel.
Very quickly, your second friendly reminder that your obligation to comply with New York State statute on taking your annual sexual harassment training. If you do need that link, please just let Kim know. She will resend you that link. That's something we are mandated to do each and every year.
Mike Tino was first.
Legislator Hughes was in fact first. County Administrator Zerlo did get 100, however.
Moving on. Resolutions. Before voting on the resolutions, I want to note the majority of the resolutions have been thoroughly discussed by the appropriate committees, and the legislature is taking action tonight based in large part on the recommendation of those committees. Mr. Zerlo, would you please read the title of the resolutions to be acted upon?
Yes, sir. Resolution number 73, authorizing contract with All Tech Integrations Social Services.
Motion, Legislator Potter, second. Legislator Kretzer, discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Perrier? Oh, jeez. Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Guys, get out of my brain. Mr. Timmons? Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution number 74, amending resolution number 815 dated November 1, 2022, titled authorizing various contracts for the year 2023 social services.
Motion, legislator Bonneker. Second, legislator Perrier. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Tibbetts?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 75, authorizing payment of membership dues, weights, and measures.
Motion, legislator Castine. Second, legislator Kretzer. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Tibbetts?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 76, amending resolution 452 dated August 12, 2020, titled awarding request for qualification for engineering services, economic development.
Motion, legislator Kretzer. Second, legislator Bonneker. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Tibbetts?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 77, authorizing payment of membership dues, information technology.
Motion, legislator Timmons. Second, legislator Castine. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Tibbetts?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 78, updating fees for GIS maps, photos, map tubes, and copies, planning department.
Motion, legislator Castine. Second, legislator Kretzer. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Tibbetts?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution number 79, authorizing memorandum of agreement with the New York State Department of Agriculture and Markets Planning.
Motion, legislator Timmons. Second, legislator Bonneker. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Resolution number 80, authorizing Clinton County to apply for a permit for the use of the SUNY Plattsburgh Fieldhouse as a poll site. Board of Elections.
Motion, legislator Bonneker. Second, legislator Timmons. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Tibbetts?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution number 81, authorizing memoranda of understanding with various poll sites. Board of Elections.
Motion, legislator Kretzer. Second, legislator Castine. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Tibbetts?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution number 82, approving appointment to the Saranac River Trail Greenway Incorporated Board of Directors, Legislature.
5-4 on this? You good with 5-4? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 83, authorizing the county treasurer to appropriate American Rescue Plan Act of 2021 funds to various accounts, treasurer's office.
Motion, legislator Timmons. Second, legislator Pizzaio. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 84, approving Strategic Planning Commission's recommendation to expend occupancy tax revenue, legislature.
Motion, legislator Timmons. Second, legislator Hall. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 85, requesting introduction of home rule legislation to allow Clinton County the option of extending its local sales tax percentage, legislature.
Motion, legislator Timmons. Second, legislator Hughes. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 86, approving reappointment to the Clinton County Soil and Water Conservation Board, legislature.
5-4 on this one as well. Is any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 87, approving appointment to the Clinton Community College Board of Trustees, Clinton Community College.
Mr. Castine, Mr. Pizzaio, 5-4.
Yes.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution number 88, authorizing contract with Barton and Lejudas DPC relative to the Clinton County Corrective Measures Remedial Treatment System for 2023 permit monitoring and reporting services, solid waste.
Motion, legislator Timmons. Second, legislator Perrier. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution number 89, authorizing payment of membership dues, purchasing.
Motion, legislator Timmons. Second, legislator Pizzaio. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 90, opposing proposed zoning plan in the town of Plattsburgh, legislature.
5-4.
Yes.
Yes.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution number 91, amending resolution number 931 dated December 14, 2022, titled Authorizing Contract Extensions with Various Agencies and Individuals' Mental Health and Addiction.
Motion, legislator Hughes. Second, legislator Desire. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 92, amending resolution number 463 dated July 13, 2022, titled Authorizing the New York State Office of Mental Health Workforce Grant Application and Acceptance, Mental Health and Addiction.
Motion, legislator Hughes. Second, legislator Castine. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 93, amending resolution number 74 dated February 9, 2022, titled Authorizing Contract with the Compliance Consortium LLC, Mental Health and Addiction.
Motion, legislator Hughes. Second, legislator Desire. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 94, authorizing payment of membership dues for the year 2023, mental health and addiction.
Motion, legislator Hughes. Second, legislator Castine. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution number 95, authorizing contract extension with Rooted Compassion Counseling and Consulting LLC, mental health and addiction.
Motion, legislator Hughes. Second, legislator Desire. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution number 96, authorizing contract with San Air Health Department.
Motion, legislator Hughes. Second, legislator Castine. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution number 97, authorizing contract with various veterinary offices, health departments.
Motion, legislator Hughes. Second, legislator Desire. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution number 98, authorizing household hazardous waste state assistance program grant application, health department.
Motion, legislator Hughes. Second, legislator Castine. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution number 99, amending resolution number 838 dated November 9, 2022, titled Authorizing Various Contracts for the Year 2023 Office for the Aging.
Motion, legislator Perrier. Second, legislator Desire. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution number 100, authorizing payment of membership dues, Office for the Aging.
Motion, legislator Perrier. Second, legislator Kretzer. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 101, amending resolution 840 dated November 9, 2022, titled Authorizing Various Contracts for the Year 2023 Nursing Home.
Motion, legislator Perrier. Second, legislator Boddicker. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 102, authorizing the rehabilitation Apron Taxi Lane and General Aviation Apron Phase 1 Design Project Grant Application, Plattsburgh International.
Motion, legislator Hall. Second, legislator Hughes. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 103, authorizing the airport-wide access gate control and security upgrade design project grant application, Plattsburgh International.
Motion, legislator Hall. Second, legislator Perrier. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 104, authorizing payment of membership dues, public defender.
Motion, legislator Castine. Second, legislator Hall. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 105, authorizing payment of membership dues, probation department.
Motion, legislator Castine. Second, legislator Hughes. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution 106, authorizing payment of membership dues, District Attorney's Office, Child Advocacy Center.
Motion, legislator Castine. Second, legislator Perrier. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 107, authorizing Adirondack Foundation grant application, District Attorney's Office, Child Advocacy Center.
Motion, legislator Castine. Second, legislator Hall. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution 108, authorizing Cloud Splitter Foundation grant application and acceptance, District Attorney's Office, Child Advocacy Center.
Motion, legislator Castine. Second, legislator Hughes. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons? Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution 109, authorizing contract with Sandra Berna, EMDR Integrative Services LLC, District Attorney's Office, Child Advocacy Center.
Motion, legislator Castine. Second, legislator Furrier. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution 110, authorizing Clinton County Youth Bureau grant application, District Attorney's Office, Child Advocacy Center.
Motion, legislator Castine. Second, legislator Hall. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution 111, authorizing payment of membership dues, Stop DWI.
Motion, legislator Castine. Excuse me. Motion, legislator Castine. Second, legislator Hughes. Thank you, Jackie. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution 112, authorizing contract with Global Star Emergency Services.
Motion, legislator Castine. Second, legislator Furrier. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution number 113, amending Resolution 778 dated October 12, 2022, titled Authorizing Payment of 2023 Membership Dues, Emergency Services.
Motion, legislator Castine. Second, legislator Hall. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. Resolution number 114, awarding bid to supply and deliver vehicle fleet motor oil and lubricants for the years 2023 and 2024 Highway Department.
Motion, legislator Kretzer. Second, legislator Desire. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution 115, awarding bid for one new self-drive work platform boom lift, Highway Department.
Motion, legislator Kretzer. Second, legislator Hughes. Discussion?
The Transportation Committee was a long time coming, huh?
We saved money though.
Absolutely.
It saved costs us a lot.
Only took me 4 years. but-
Yeah.
Well, it needed to be thoroughly investigated. Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution 116, authorizing the purchasing agent to solicit bids for the reconstruction of the Military Turnpike, Ruger Street intersection, Highway Department.
Motion, legislator Kretzer. Second, legislator Boddicker. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye. Can I get a second on that too?
I'm sorry?
Can I get a second on that?
Well, sure, absolutely. Motion, legislator Kretzer. Second, Boddicker and Hughes. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution 117, authorizing engineering services agreement with Barton and Lejudas DPC for final design work relative to the reconstruction of the Military Turnpike, Ruger Street intersection, Highway Department.
Motion, legislator Kretzer. Second, legislator Desire. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Same on that, please.
Same one, same Ruger Street. Second, Mr. Hughes.
Second on that one?
Please.
So,
No, this was second, Mr. Hughes.
I'll reflect it in the record.
Okay, all right.
Resolution 118, authorizing the county treasurer to establish appropriation and corresponding revenue for the Adirondack Foundation grant, District Attorney's Office Child Advocacy Center.
Motion, legislator Timmons. Second, legislator Castine. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried.
Resolution 119, authorizing the county treasurer to adjust appropriation and corresponding revenue for the Workforce Investment Act grant employment and training.
Motion, legislator Timmons. Second, legislator Bezaya. Abstentions? Legislator Kretzer. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
One abstention, legislator Kretzer.
Correct. Carried.
Resolution 120, authorizing the county treasurer to establish appropriation and corresponding revenue for the New York State System of Care Grant, Mental Health and Addiction.
Motion, legislator Timmons. Second, legislator Hughes. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution 121, authorizing the county treasurer to establish appropriation and corresponding revenue for the Youth Court Grant Youth Bureau.
Motion, legislator Timmons. Second, legislator Caston. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Resolution 122, calling on the state of New York to continue to pass through Federal Affordable Care Act Enhanced Federal Medicaid Assistance Percentage EFMAT funds. Legislature.
5-4, Mr. Holm?
Yes.
5-4. Any discussion?
Yeah, I want to get on record again. I know that the Human Services Committee heard from Commissioner Redden last night. And I know I've been sending all this information to you, so hopefully you're reading it. This is one of the most negatively impactful policy decisions that we've seen as a result of an executive budget. It's very strange. It's being done, it's being proposed to be done administratively, so it doesn't, there's no budget language that outlines this. The state of New York is, however, counting, the governor is counting those savings in her fiscal plan. This, just to remind everybody, is federal money because of the Affordable Care Act that Congress wanted passed through, a portion of it passed through to county governments. The state of New York has taken a position that is not required in the federal language, and as such has decided to take that money and no longer pass it through to county governments. The estimate from the New York State Association of Counties, it's about $281 million for upstate counties. If you include New York City, it's over $600 million annually. You also know that the state of New York's fiscal year starts on April 1st. So if this proposal passes as is, it will literally create a hole in your county budget, because we passed a budget assuming this federal Medicaid percentage was going to continue to get passed through the counties as the Congress intended. So 3/4 of that 2.2 million will literally be a hole in your 2023 spending. I picked an awful year to be president of the New York State Association of Counties, I'll tell you that. But we as an association are fighting every day. We are working cordially with the executive, with the Division of Budget. They obviously have a difference of opinion on this issue, and we are seeking a global solution. We remain hopeful. If that global solution does not exist or does not come to fruition, the February conference will be lively. Chairman Henry penned a letter to the governor yesterday. This resolution will be sent to the governor, to NISAC obviously, to the governor, to the Speaker of the Assembly, to the Majority Leader of the Senate, to the Division of Budget, and to our congressional delegation, who voted to send this money through the state of New York to county governments. So we are working very hard. Go ahead, Mr. Hughes.
Just curious, have any of our federal reps made any statements about this yet? Or is it a little early on?
Yes and no. Your federal reps or federal rep? I guarantee you federal reps have. Ours have not.
Ours have not.
Yet. I'm sure they would, but we are trying to seek a global solution. So we're going to give ourselves a little more time to see if there's a willingness on the governor's behalf and DOP's behalf to do that. Yes, sir.
Are the other counties doing the same thing?
Pretty much, this is being done by every county, whether it's a quote-unquote Republican county or Democratic county. The county of Erie, their county executive, Mr. Mark Poloncarz, the governor's home county of Erie County is slated to lose somewhere between $27 and $30 million annually. So this is a nonpartisan issue. This is a local government issue, and everybody is standing in unanimity on this issue.
My other question for you is, what's the figure for Clinton County?
So 2.2 million annually going forward, 1.7 million whole in our 2023 spending.
Anything further?
So I will urge you, especially those attending the legislative conference, to educate yourself on this issue. I can certainly speak with any of you, because this will be the main topic of discussion in February.
Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. All right, excuse me again. May I have a motion to waive Rule 13.2? Motion by Legislator Hall, second by Legislator Timmons. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. 13.2 is waived.
Resolution 123, approving backfill of permanent part-time cook, Sheriff's Department.
Motion, Legislator Hall, second, Legislator Kretzer. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution 124, approving backfill of permanent full-time deputy sheriff, Sheriff's Department.
Motion, Legislator Castine, second, Legislator Timmons. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution 125, approving backfill of permanent full-time deputy sheriff, Sheriff's Department.
Motion, Legislator Kretzer, second, Legislator Hall. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution 126, approving backfill of permanent full-time account clerk typist, Sheriff's Department.
Motion, Legislator Timmons, second, Legislator Castine. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution 127, approving reclassification of permanent full-time office manager position down to a permanent full-time senior typist position with backfill, Sheriff's Department.
Motion, Legislator Hall, second, Legislator Kretzer. Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Resolution 128, authorizing stipend for off-hour counsel at first appearance, assigned counsel.
Motion, Legislator Castine, second, Legislator Hall. Discussion?
I just want to, we have a plan in place now. We are mandated to provide after-hours counsel at first appearance. And we have a plan in place to do this, previously instituted. And essentially what this resolution does is allow the Public Defender's Office to do that work when the current arrangement is not full enough to handle the caseload. So this is the backup. Ironically, every time that happens, it saves the county money because it's eligible for Earl Herring grant reimbursement. So,
Any further questions, discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Timmons?
Yes.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
Carried. That should be it for resolutions. Does anyone have anything further to come before the legislature? I'd like to entertain a motion to move into enter executive session. Motion by Legislator Kretzer, second, Legislator Hughes. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. We will be in executive session shortly.